Right, so we all know that the local elections that we just had in the country didn't go too well for the Tories. They got fully destroyed, but there was no love for the Labour Party either. They didn't gain as much as they should have. But the Tories and the central office of the Conservative Party have decided to send an email to their own members, the few of them that are left, begging for more money. This is the email that we received that the Tories have been sending around. Let's not sugarcoat it. Yeah, good start. We now face the prospects of Sadiq Khan's third term. This is just before the announcement of the London mayoral election result, obviously. And it is bleak. It's bad news for London. It's bad news for Londoners. It's bad news for families they're worried about crime, taxes, and the future of our city. But while Sadiq Khan celebrates, let's never forget we had him on the ropes. Yeah, right. To win, Sadiq Khan had to crawl down into the gutter. He had his pals in the Labour Party call you and everyone who voted for Susan racist. Just because you don't like ULEZ and you want to cut crime. It's interesting because the Tories' platform wasn't anti-ULEZ. It was actually in favour of ULEZ. Susan Hall was simply against the ULEZ expansion. But now they make it sound like, oh yeah, we're the party of being anti-ULEZ. Yeah, right. But then they say, please chip in what you can and help us stop Labour at the general election. Chip in £100, £50, £25, £10, or any other amount. It's absolutely shameless, isn't it? So things might look grim with Sadiq Khan in charge of London, but you know what? Things would be much worse with Sadiq Khan in London and Keir Starmer and Angela Rayner calling the shots in Downing Street. Now, we already know that, but can things get any worse than the current situation? I'm not really sure. I mean, definitely they can, but you know my point. The problem that the Tory members have with their central office and the central machine of the Conservative Party is that you become a member, you give money to pay a membership fee, and then you get invited to events, and then they ask for more money. You hardly even get have a say in terms of the leadership of the party these days because the MPs just choose the leader on your behalf. And you don't really get any recognition. You don't really get anything. They simply ask you to do a bit of slavery and deliver leaflets, but you won't really be able to have a say. You're not allowed to have your own opinion because they will do a massive crackdown. If you want to be a candidate, especially, you will have to obey. You will have to follow the party line. There is no individuality whatsoever, despite the fact that when Sir Robert Peel started the first manifesto and the Conservative Party turned the Tories into the Conservative Party, the whole point of that was to have the party as a centralised machine, the decentralised machine, to make sure that, well, yes, you have people in London, in Westminster, but at the same time, local branches and constituencies will have their own autonomy. Things have massively changed, and you wonder why people are sick and tired of the mainstream political parties.